Hey guys, it's Travis Cronin, Entertainment Director at Us Weekly, and you are listening to Us Weekly's Hot Hollywood podcast. Today, I am joined by my lovely co-host, the future ghostwriter of celeb memoirs, Sarah Heron.
Hi, Travis. Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to you, Sarah. I'm excited to talk about what we're thankful for. And I'm just really thankful for all the celebrity mess we got this week. We really have hickeys, divorces, feuds, general messiness, my favorite, and much, much more. But today on this very thankful episode of Us Weekly's Hot Hollywood podcast, we are going to go around and say what celebrity or story you are thankful for. Sarah, what are you thankful for this year?
I mean, listen, I'm always thankful for Bachelor Nation, and I'm always thankful for when they get messy. And this week, I mean, they have put me to work, Travis. And of course, you can get your entire breakdown on Us Weekly's Here for the Right Reasons podcast. I had quite the time breaking down Hanna Brown's new book, God Bless This Mess. There is so much tea in that book, you guys. I'm so grateful for that. Katie, Thurston, fresh off her breakup from Blake 1 month after calling it quits, is now dating someone she sent home during week 2 of her season. You guys, what the hell? And of course, Zach and Tayshia have called it quits after a year together. Bachelor Nation did not freaking sleep this week. And as much as I've been stressed about it, trying to, find time to plan for Thanksgiving since I'm such a cook, I would just like to say thank you to them for really turning up the heat when I needed it most, because I love me some Michelle, but the season's been lackluster. But outside of the show, it has been a gift. Thank you, Bachelor Nation, as always.
Travis, what are you thankful for?
Well, this week I am really thankful for Hilary Duff. Hey now, because always thankful for Hilary Duff, but especially this week because what my dreams are made of are all of the live performance of Hilary Duff with Love and all of the TikTok dances of her very lackluster, but still seemingly legendary choreography. And Hilary Duff just went on and did the choreography from With Love, giving 0 Fs, and just that she's able to laugh at herself and still knows the choreography for With Love just filled me with so much thanks this week. And just, thank you, Hilary Duff, for being you. You are a light in this world for me. Hope you get lots of turkey this year. Well, let us bust into some news. There is a lot of news to be thankful for, Sarah, here. And we are going to talk about the hickey scene around the world. Yes, we are all having a lot of fun with the knowledge that Pete Davidson and Kim Kardashian West are officially dating, but no one seems more happy than Pete and Kim themselves. For example, there are some recent photos of them leaving a restaurant in Santa Monica. They're holding hands. Ding, ding, sound the alarms. It's official. And there's pictures from inside the restaurant in Santa Monica, and Pete had something resembling a hickey on his neck. So we're going to have to talk about this love bite from Kim Kardashian West herself. The Skims founder is laying down hickeys. Now, I zoomed in on this picture several times. It absolutely looks like a hook hickey, but, the photo's sort of low res. Now, Sarah, I know that you have pored over this photo as much as I have. Is it a hickey? What's going on here?
Yeah. So of course, when I got this TMZ push notification and I was like, okay, is this for real? Like, what are we doing here? And then the picture was so blurry. I was like, I don't believe this is a hickey. Then the Daily Mail got their high res situation out. And I do also believe it is indeed a hickey. And it's upsetting to me because it seems like these two are really going to go the way of Kravis. Not that they're going to get married, but that they're going to be quite insane with their public displays of affection. And I personally don't remember the last time I had a hickey, but I do remember in middle school when we would take dimes or pennies and rub it and try to hide it or wear scarves. And this is a 41-year-old mother, and I don't need her 28-year-old boy toy to be walking around with a hickey. I don't. Kim, you are better than this. It is so frustrating to me.
See, I disagree. I definitely needed this to happen because the Kravis of it all is my favorite part. That Kim Kardashian was like, oh, you think you're the emo high school couple making out against the lockers? It's actually me and Pete. It's definitely a hickey. We love to see it. And this romance is just getting more and more youthful, let's say, in all of the wrong ways. And I am here for it. Now, let us do some Thanksgiving predictions, Sarah. Let us lay it all out on the line. Now that they're officially dating, how long do you think Pete and Kim will be together?
Do you think they're going to be together on Thanksgiving?
Yes, I do. I actually plugged this into a very official calculation of Pete Davidson's other whirlwind romances with other A-list starlets. And I'm guessing about 3 months from the hand-holding picture. So February, March, I think they're still going to be together. Plenty of time for Kim and Pete to have a lot of fun with each other.
Yeah, I mean, we made bets a couple episodes ago, so we have the facts here. I believe I said February, so don't start trying to steal my thunder here, Travis. But I wonder if he's going to be at the Kardashian Thanksgiving. I think probably not. I don't think he's met the kids. I think Kim is going to try to keep that, like, this is her living life, having fun, letting loose after being in a very intense relationship with Kanye for such a long time, and everything that entailed. I think that she is going to keep him away from the kids for a while, and I think that that would be wise. So I don't think we're going to see him, but I kind of think he could sneak into Christmas Eve because that's such a big party, and it doesn't have to be like mom's boyfriend. But I also wonder, like, is Kanye going to be, interacting with him at all? Because the Kardashians are pretty known for having exes at family get-togethers, holidays especially. So interested to see if Scott is at Thanksgiving. Interested to see, I don't know if the Celtics or what Travis's team, Tristan's team is these days. If they have a game, I don't know. So where's Chloe going to be? I think there's a lot. We could get some answers on Thanksgiving about the status of some of these relationships.
Yes, we could. I agree that I don't think she's going to introduce him to the kids, even though I feel like Pete Davidson would be amazing with children. He is so funny, and just the way he talks just feels very children humor to me. So I think he's going to be there like the day after Thanksgiving, but we will be watching and reporting back. Well, let us take a turn. The holidays, Sarah, which means holiday cards and holiday shade. Nothing was more of this trope than Tori Spelling and Dean McDermott. Sarah, why don't you tell the peoples why this holiday card caused such ripples in our lives?
Of course I will. So Tori and Dean, we've been talking about them for a while, since like June. There's been a lot of speculation about their status. Sources, multiple, have confirmed to us that they are simply living separate lives. They are rocky. They are not on good terms. The communication is down. They're staying together for the kids. And Tori, because she is a businesswoman, has quite a lot of brand deals this year for the holidays already ahead of Thanksgiving. We've gotten a holiday card that did not include Dean. It had her, the kids, and all the animals. And it said, "With love from Tori and family." Then we had the spawn of the stockings, which had Tori solo with all of the kids and her stocking hanging up. Again, no sign of Dean. Tori, in the comment section, of course, everyone is like, where's Dean? What's going on? Quick side note, this time last year when she did her spawn with this same company, she held a picture of Dean in the picture. So it was like Dean's included. So she made an effort this time last year to get him in the ad. This year he's not in the ad. He's also fighting on hockey rinks. There's wild pictures of that on page 6. But people are like, where's Dean? Where's Dean? And somebody commented like, oh, he's filming a movie in Canada, because that's kind of like been this narrative of them sleeping in separate beds and he was gone. And Tori responded very meticulously like, fact, he was filming in Canada when this was taken. So it's like people are like offering an explanation, but that's not Tori shutting anything down. That's her probably being like, well, that is true. He was in Canada. But like they would have made an effort if they were still a couple. She would not be releasing a holiday card without his name, even if it's Spawn. I'm sorry. Like it is what it is. And like, we know Tori's finances are tight. She's using this as the real holiday card, people.
Yeah, and whoever is doing her spawn around the holidays really lucked out this year. A lot of exposure in the Christmas card and the hanging of the stockings. The picture is everywhere, so they really got their money's worth with Tori. Everybody goes sponsor Tori apparently around the holidays. True. It's just a smart money move. Mm-hmm. Let's move on to a rough story. Portia Williams from Real Housewives of Atlanta fame talked about her dealings with R. Kelly. Portia Williams was reportedly left traumatized from her chaotic and detrimental sexual relationship with R. Kelly, she reveals in her new memoir, The Pursuit of Portia. Really like that name.
Great name.
She claims Great name of a book, right? She claimed in the book that R. Kelly, who was found guilty of sex trafficking in September, left her trapped in a bedroom in his house before propositioning her and leaving her feeling pressure to submit to him. Portia said, "I've already put myself in this position." She says, "You know what you're supposed to do, what you have to do." She said, "I had my own business. I had my own home. It was a mentality that has been conditioned over the years of men that they are better than me. I only have value if I say that I have value. I think me being in that weakened mindset made me ready and available for him to be a predator and seek me out." She recalled her visits to R. Kelly's home, where she said that there were 20 or 30 other girls who were present for his, quote, party, adding that some had been there for weeks. At the gathering, she claimed she heard screaming and sounds of women being beaten, in which she is determined and that she was determined to leave. R. Kelly called Portia several times, but she told him, "I am done with you." She says, "When I got home from that encounter, I knew I had hit a wall and I was completely traumatized and very confused about why this is happening to me again as a grown woman." She later went on Dish Nation and said, "What is so freaking crazy is that he literally tried to talk to me again. And I thought to myself, oh my God, I went through the most traumatizing experiences in my life at your home with you. Don't you remember me? That happened many times. You don't remember that I'm the same person." And in case you forgot, R. Kelly faces 10 years to life in prison, and his sentencing is scheduled for May 4th, 2022. Now, Sarah, the Real Housewives, were you shocked by this pursuit of Portia?
I was. I mean, I love Portia. I think anyone who watches Housewives of Atlanta has seen quite an interesting growth from her. She started as quite a messy housewife in a very different situation with her personal life. And we've seen her become a mom. We've seen her, go from not knowing the Underground Railroad wasn't actually a railroad to becoming a Black Lives Matter activist getting arrested for being on the front lines. So Portia has had such growth. So it doesn't surprise me that she's got a book that has more layers and stuff we didn't know. But the R. Kelly connection is interesting. I mean, it doesn't shock me because he is a horrible human and predator, and she's a gorgeous girl, so she fits the criteria. He's in Atlanta, but I feel horrible for her and anyone who R. Kelly took advantage of. I'm glad she's writing this book. I think it's interesting that had never come out before, because a lot of times on Housewives, especially if you're on for as many seasons as Portia's been, like this stuff kind of, comes out eventually through different layers, especially it has a celebrity connection. I got to read this book. I haven't had a chance to read it yet. I've been reading a lot of, I just got Chrishell's book in the mail. It comes out in February. Get ready for that, everybody. But I got to read The Pursuit of Portia, and I'm excited for her Portia spinoff since she's not on Atlanta anymore. And I feel like it's interesting because when Bravo celebrities or Bachelor people or any like reality person writes a book, a lot of the stuff that gets attention is stuff they said about the show. And I haven't really seen many headlines from whatever she says about Atlanta, but I have to imagine it's in the book since it's a huge part of her. So I'm excited to maybe read it for myself and not be spoiled.
I want to see what
and all that.
And Candy and the threesome and all of those allegations that Phaedra brought up.
Have you been watching Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip?
I sure have.
It's so good. That's what I'm really thankful for.
Fantastic. You mean Ramona making everyone's lives terrible should be the name of the show. Well, she can jump in whenever she's
Oh God, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can. Well, Sarah, you have been talking a lot about all of the memoirs you are reading, and the Hanna Brown one, I am very interested to hear for your very studied and learned experience about the Tyler C. and Gigi love triangle that she talked about, because I know she talked about that in the book. What did Hanna have to say with the supermodel stealing her man?
Yes, there's so many good Hanna Brown revelations, you guys, and you can get them all broken down on usmagazine.com. We got non-Bachelor and Bachelor revelations. She will be on the Here for the Right Reasons podcast on Friday, but you asked me specifically about Gigi, and she uses Gigi's name, which is interesting because in Tyler's book, he just calls her another girl he was spotted with. Hanna doesn't hold back in this book. She's like, I woke up and Tyler Cameron was with Gigi freaking Hadid, a supermodel, and this was 2 or 3 days after they had spent the night together in her apartment. They did not hook up, Tyler and Hanna. They got hot and heavy, quote unquote, and he stopped her. I think maybe he knew Gigi was in the DMs and he was planning to see her. So at least good on Tyler Cameron on that for not being a total F-boy. And then she described the conversation that she had with Tyler after she woke up and saw these photos of him and Gigi. They got into a pretty heated fight. She said they almost hung up on each other. And he was just like, listen, you got to date 30 guys. And she was like, this isn't a TV show anymore, though. Like, this is our lives. And and that's fine. And like, I know we weren't exclusive, but we were making plans, we were making vacations. And then I wake up and I'm on Dancing with the Stars and I do all this press and everyone's going to be asking me forever, especially right now, about you and Gigi Hadid, like what the hell? And he admitted in his book that it was, you know, he played it wrong. He played it wrong and he should have navigated that better. But I mean, that was that's what I'm, again, thankful for. That was a great time to be alive. That Gigi and Tyler situation.
Sure was. Second date at the funeral. Why not? Why not?
And then to wrap up the Tyler thing, the best part was that after they had the whole quarantine crew thing, and then they like broke up again. They didn't like get back together, but they were like back and forth, whatever. And the last thing he said to her, they saw each other in LA, and she was like, "You're not really making a priority to see me." This is like October 2020-ish, and he was like, "If you rock with me, you rock with me. If you don't, you don't." And that was the last thing they ever said to each other.
Oh, wow. Well,
I like that she outed that in the book.
Gwen Flamberg.
Yeah,
oh my God, you guys! I popped up after I was having Wi-Fi issues, you know, as we do in the new millennium.
Well, Gwen, what do you think on level of good guy to F-boy? Where does Tyler see's action of being with her but not sleeping with her and moving on to Gigi?
I've always really liked Tyler C. I met him at a marathon party that year that he ran the marathon, and our friend Andy Dorfman ran the marathon. He's always seemed to me like a really nice, like down to earth, connected dude. And so I think that proves that he didn't want to just, you know, be an F-boy and, you know, when he knew that this news was about to break, right? But I don't know. I don't really like this. I find this shocking. This, if you rock with me, you rock with me. Like, not so nice there.
Sarah, while you're on it, please tell us about the new updates in Criminal Mastermind, Real Housewife Jen Shah, and what court updates are going down. I think Jen is going to be going down as well.
I think so too, you guys. So the big difference between Jen Shah and Erika Jayne, I mean, there's differences in the allegations, of course, but a major one has been that Erika has not been charged with any crimes. She's not facing jail time. Yet, at least, or we don't know if she ever will. But Jen Shah, very much so, charged with fraud, money laundering, and obstruction of justice. And she has pleaded not guilty. She pleaded not guilty back in April when shortly after she was arrested. And at the time, her assistant Stuart Smith also pleaded not guilty to the charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, money laundering. Conspiracy. Woo! Yeah, you heard the charges. Anyway, now Stuart has had a change of heart. There's been speculation about this for a while that he was going to change his plea because he had a lawyer file something in, I think, about August saying he didn't have to go to this hearing because he was going to cooperate with the government. And that was hinting that he was going to change it. And he officially, on November 19th, changed his plea to guilty on all 3 counts. Now, this kind of hints that he is turning on Jen Shah. The interpretation of this from legal experts not affiliated with the case is that he will probably testify against Jen. He's going to be working with the government. He could still get some jail time himself, but certainly lesser if he is working with them against Jen Shah. So while Jen Shah has continued to maintain her innocence both on Bravo and on Instagram and in the court of law, it's going to be tough for her to keep doing that if her right-hand man turns on her. That's like a classic, you know, sign of trouble in a legal case, from what I understand.
Yeah, and Stuart, if we watched the show, which we did, know that he handles all of her affairs. He knows everything going on. So if he's pleading guilty, you know he's getting back some time. Like, it is going to be a bad look for Jen Shah. Oh, well, Sarah, did Olivia Jade win Dancing with the Stars?
She didn't, because Olivia Jade was eliminated a few weeks ago, but she does have a new, very revealing podcast out with her sister Bella, by the way, if you want to go listen to that, where they talk pretty candidly for the first time, the two of them, about what it was like. And Olivia even asked, she's like, not that I was in the headlines for anything good, but like, Bella, were you kind of jealous? Like, I was like the star. And Bella was like, a little. I felt a little like whatever. She's like, I don't wish, like, she's like, nothing people were writing about us was very nice, but like, it was kind of bizarre that only really people cared about like your relationship with our mom, whatever. So that was interesting. So go listen to that. But also, no, our Amon Shumpert, our NBA star, won Dancing with the Stars. It was such a good finale. I love him. And he's who I wanted to win, because it was Amon Shumpert, Amanda Klutz, who, you know, I have feelings about, JoJo Siwa, who is great, but like a dancer, so it's unfair, and Cody Rigsby, who's very nice and charming, but just was clearly the worst dancer of the 4. So for me, because Iman had to overcome how freaking tall he was with Daniela, his partner. They were like super different. An NBA player has never won. I voted for him. I made several ABC accounts to vote for him. I really went all like American Idol 2005 on this because I did not want Amanda Kloots to win, and I did not want JoJo to win just because she's a dancer. And I don't think it's fair. And I don't like when the dancers win. She's amazing, but it's like the show's supposed to be about growth. And Iman, in my opinion, was the best dancer at the end based on where he started. And he was just super cool. And I loved kind of getting like the NBA, like LeBron tweeting about Dancing with the Stars, like kind of fun, you know, fun and fresh.
And he is, of course, Mr. Tiana Taylor. So I was voting for him because his wife is just one of the hottest people on the planet and so good live. I hope that helped him a lot, having an amazing dancer as a wife. And he does seem really cool on their reality show that I watched. He seems awesome. Congratulations to him, and glad Olivia Jade, you know, really, really feeling happy that she put herself out there. It's all done and over. And now she can do a great Christmas unboxing for you, Sarah, here. And because I know you love that video.
Luxury Christmas, Olivia. Give us the people what they want. Show me what bracelets you got.
We want to see all the free crap being sent to Olivia. Please make it happen. Well, thank you so much to my hosts, Sarah and Gwen, for helping me spill all of this piping hot celebrity this week. Again, this is Travis Cronin, Us Weekly's Hot Hollywood podcast, with your weekly peek into the glamour, glitter, fashion, and favorite celebrities. Because after all, they're just like us.
Ooh,
thank you guys. We hope you have a happy Thanksgiving, whatever you're celebrating this week. Enjoy, and we will be back next week. Bye.
Bye.